I guess we're recording. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Mark Harris joining you from a heartbroken Kansas City tonight, day after the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship, for those of you that are NFC fans. I actually grew up a Falcons fan. That's why I love the Chiefs. That's kind of funny. It's Monday, January 21st. We're recording this Zoom presentation. This will be posted on the Team Lifetree Facebook group for posterity. Anything brilliant that's said here, if you need to go back and check details, please check the Team Lifetree Facebook group if you're on Facebook. Highly recommend it. And tonight we want to go over a few things. We're on the back of a really challenging LVA weekend. I know of at least three major LifeVantage Academy venues, locations that were jeopardized because of weather, compromised maybe even. I was in Cleveland, and we cut our LVA short there by about 45 minutes. And Russell and Tracy Blanche were here in Kansas City, and by all accounts did a fantastic job. Thank you, Christy Roller, Eric Veal, and our LVA team here in Kansas City for pulling off an amazing event. I think Indianapolis got hammered as well. So I know those of you guys that enjoyed the virtual LVA did so without having to leave the comfort of your home. Could have done that in your bunny slippers. And just make that aware. Make your new distributors, your teams aware that if they do not have a LifeVantage Academy in their area, they can take advantage of that virtual training once a month. Of course, next month we will be in Charleston for Elite Academy. I can't wait. I'm totally addicted to our corporate events, and this one should be no exception. This will be a really good event. And we've got some details on that. Actually, Julie, our Elite Pro 7 in Mansfield, Pennsylvania, digging out under a foot of snow, has some of those details. We wanted to open the door just a little bit to let you know a little of what we heard. The Elite sometimes will get a little sneak peek, and we felt selfish. So we wanted to pass some of those details along to you, but not without stealing anybody's thunder. So we're going to try to do that tonight just a little bit. Julie, have you got a minute or two you can share just some of those details on what's coming down the pike?
I do. I'm very excited about this, and I'm going to just share my screen for a minute, and I'm going to go through this real quick. Okay, let's see here. So guys, we're in for some really cool things. They have rebranded and they're relaunching the Physique line. So the fat burn, just real quick, I'm not going to go over a lot of the details. You'll get to hear that in Charleston. But one of the things that they found is that people had a hard time taking 4 a day. So they changed the formula, and you just have to take 2 at breakfast, but it works all day long. So that's for the fat burn. And then the whey protein, they made some changes there because there were some requests, and they made it a cleaner formula, which I love. And so they upped the protein to 18 grams, and they took out the casein. And so that's going to be super awesome. And then this is the one here that I'm particularly excited about. It's the Physique Prebiotic. And I don't want to tell you too much about it, but it's a drink. It's a powder. You just put it in 8 ounces of water. It has like 30 times the, let me see here, like the prebiotics that were in the cleanse. It has 30 times those. It's supposed to help with regularity. It's going to actually also, I was really excited about this because I have a friend that actually struggles with candida, and it's supposed to help with candida. And also there's the other thing that's pretty cool about it is if you take it like 30 minutes before you eat, it's going to, your brain is going to signal your gut that you're not so hungry. And so it can help, you know, definitely with weight loss. So here's what it looks like. They actually took the ProBio, and that's not now in the Physique system, even though it's recommended to take with, you know, your weight management program. But I also like this little summary that Dr. Chevreau came up with. We always have so many questions about how do you take these supplements? So I will post this actually on the Team Lifetree Facebook group so you guys can take a closer look at that. All right, that's it, Mark.
I should probably unmute myself before I start talking.
Pre-buy.
Thank you, Julie. Awesome little sneak peek preview. We did have some, I don't want to call it pushback, but a lot of questions about LifeVantage discontinuing the cleanse. From a business perspective, we were told that the total sales of that cleanse product did not exceed the inventory that they are disposing of. They were selling the cleanse SKU accounted for 0.25% of annual revenue, which is not sustainable if you've ever run a business and you were selling something that was costing you more to make than to sell. And was generating profit. That was a business decision, but it was a good product. And so the research and development team took all the best parts, as Julie mentioned, of the things that were beneficial in the cleanse, and they put it in that prebiotic. So I'm really excited about that development and that progression. I really see it as a step forward, especially if you got a product that you can't sell. So that's really good news. Also, if you've been keeping track of what's going on across LifeVantage family, across LifeVantage Nation, you saw a guy named Anthony Robles. He was a two-time NCAA wrestling champion, Arizona State University, just set the pull-up world record for the number of pull-ups in a minute. Something crazy. Anthony was born without a right leg, just a defect he was born with. And he will be speaking at EA Charleston. And so we're really looking forward to hearing from him. He's a public speaker and does a lot of, obviously, personal development. He's obviously overcome a significant challenge at the highest level of competition, athletically and academically. So looking forward to that. Also, Jimmy Yeary, who is a composer. You will recognize many of his songs. He writes a lot of stuff for Nashville country music. Jimmy will also be joining us in Charleston as a speaker. So lots and lots going on. Be aware, if you have not yet looked at the schedule for EA Charleston, you'll want to take a look at the changes on Friday morning. Heretofore, we have started first session, general session 1, after lunch on Friday. That's not the case this time. So I just want to make sure you're not showing up at 1 o'clock expecting to walk into first session. You will have missed general session 1 on Friday morning, which starts at 9 a.m. So just make sure your new distributors and your team is aware of that. Those details are on lifevantage.com at the bottom of the page. When people are clicking on Charleston for the registration details, that schedule, daily schedule, starts there. For anybody Pro 6 and up, you should know that Pro 6 leadership gathering starts at 3 p.m. on Thursday. And then we have our elite reception Thursday night. And we received our invitation, Julie and Jerry and Krista and I and Glenn and Jackie. It's a Top Gun theme reception. So if you have any stunning ideas for a Top Gun theme reception, I will be pulling out my old flight jacket. I was in Navy ROTC. I did want to fly those crazy jets.
Somebody help me.
Somebody Chris is looking for a Meg Ryan outfit. It's something. I don't know. I may go as Goose. We'll see. I should go as Tom Cruise, David says. Yeah, I if I could do that, bro, I'd do it every day. I'd just be Tom Cruise. With the cool eyebrow and cool look and all that. But alas, my hair deserted me many years ago. So that's a side note. Those details will also be, as we get closer to the event, February 7th and 8th. That's a very short 2 weeks now, on Team Lifetree. We have now 3 Facebook groups. Those of you that have been around already know that Team Lifetree is kind of the sort of generic team name that we are sort of operating under just for branding, just so people know who's putting stuff out there, so we have a little bit of identity. That team name is not meant to exclude people. We just know that a lot of times there are people that float in and out of these Facebook groups with less than honorable intent. We also have a website now, teamlifetree.com. And we're trying to watch and make sure the people that are with honorable intent, maybe I should say it that way, are the ones that are getting that information. So we wanted to take a little bit of time tonight and just clarify the purpose of all three of those groups. And Colonel Jerry Whistler, our dental residency director at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, has been hugely beneficial as a facilitator in this process of keeping our ducks in a row. I don't know where we'd be without Julie and Jerry Whistler, Julie White and Jerry Whistler, in this process of getting up to speed and helping our team with these resources. But Jerry, would you take just a minute, bro, and kind of talk about the differences between those three groups, who should be using what for what purposes, and help us straighten that out?
Sure. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. It looks good.
Okay, so this is the Team Lifetree page that Mark mentioned, and it is our home away from home for the distributors. When you go to join this, make sure that it's somebody who's a distributor, has a LifeVantage ID number. And on here is going to be, I posted this announcement. Can you see my cursor, Mark, when I flash it? No.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, sorry. I realized you were muted. This just kind of gives the lowdown, and I just updated it right before the meeting. But the Team Lifetree page is for team business. Announcements about opportunity meetings. If you have an extra ticket for the LVA or for the EA and you're trying to get rid of it, or you're looking for a roommate, that kind of stuff goes on here. The next group is the Lifetree Health Network group. This one we debated back and forth and is a little bit in process. The other two groups are a little bit in process. This one is going to be our primary landing page for new contacts, prospects, and the like. And this is going to be, you know, where we're going to add, tag, and message and all those kind of Facebook marketing kind of things. And Mark can talk a little bit more about that, and we'll probably be attacking that a little more. It was originally my Facebook group, and we changed the name of it to Team Lifetree, and we're gonna get it loaded up and organized so that it's real easy to put people on. Mark and Krista are gonna do a welcome video for us, and then we'll just have a 1, 2, 3. These are the first 3 things to look at, answer questions, and then tag them on things to answer their questions. That is a quick down and dirty on that one. The third page, Mark's been working on a new banner, which will come up, or a, what do you call it, Mark? A star, a whatever, the banner page.
Banner or masthead or that, okay. The cover photo up at top.
Cover photo. That was previously Lifetree Transformational Business, which went through several transformations, but today we changed the name of it to Lifetree Science. It may end up with a different name. Basically, this is going to be a place for somebody who has absolutely no interest in the LifeVantage business, just interested in product, research studies, that kind of thing. And so we'll have a third place to put people if they don't want to be bothered with conversations about the compensation plan or how we make money and that sort of thing. I think, oh, the other thing I was going to say is on Team Lifetree in the events section, is where you'll find information about upcoming calls. And so we're going to start doing a Lifetree Health Opportunity Call on Thursday evenings at 8:30 Eastern, which would be 7:30 Central, 6:30 Mountain, and 5:30 Pacific. And the goal with that is to do about a 30-minute orientation for somebody who's already seen an intro video, and then have some question and answer time. And we hope to have a variety of hosts and presenters, and we'll see who else. But we're trying to simulate a home meeting on Zoom. And with that, I will leave you be and give you back to Mark.
Thanks, buddy. Yep. Thursday night has always been sort of a prime time opportunity meeting night. And we realized that we may be getting a little more bang for our buck for folks that are having trouble getting folks to a meeting. And so we're going to start a regular weekly Thursday night opportunity meeting on the Zoom platform for you and your teams. So again, just to recap, that information will be on the events page of Team Lifetree. Having said that, let me encourage you to get anybody in your team that you know is on Facebook to these groups. Make sure you're adding them. There are some questions, some challenge questions for Team Lifetree, just because we want to try to keep this in-house as much as possible. So if you are adding them, we see that as administrators, and then we just add them automatically. We know you, and so we're just, a lot of these folks that you're bringing in, we don't know. And so if someone's been added, cool. But some of these other folks that are finding out about the group are just kind of popping up, asking to join. So it's much better if you, as the leader, are adding people to those groups. If not, they're having to submit answers to those questions. Typically, if we don't know them, they're going to sit there until they answer the challenge questions. And they're easy. Let me see what they are here. I'll show you. I'll share my screen.
It is. What is your LifeVantage ID number?
Yeah. Pretty simple. Let's see. See if I can go over here and get it. So, ask pending members questions. There it is. Howdy. This group is for LifeVantage team members only. ID, and if you will, let us know who enrolled you or whose team you're on. So, pretty simple there, pretty straightforward. So, thank you, Jerry, for going over that. What else? I had a couple more things. I don't want to belabor the call, but
Mark?
yes, baby.
Hey guys, sorry, I'm in the dark. I'm in the car waiting for Hudson to get out of drama practice. So I just wanted to reiterate the importance of the Team Lifetree page just being for distributors in Team Lifetree. And we've made the exception for Mom's team. Her team will also be in there. But just so you guys know, it's not for customers. It's not a customer page. It's for distributors only. So just make sure as you put them in there that that's what it is. Just distributors. And be a leader and take responsibility to put them in there, because if not, it's going to be a little bit chaotic on us trying to load that page. And we're a little behind on getting all of this stuff done. So help us and put your particular distributors that you've enrolled or that you're working with in your team on that page. That was all. Love, love.
Yeah. Thank you, baby. So just to reiterate, if you had a hard time hearing Krista, we're just asking that this be the Team Lifetree Facebook group be distributor only. Again, if you have somebody that you're just kind of working into the prospecting conveyor belt for that high noon process, we're going to start moving everyone that's a legitimate business prospect as well as a PC prospect to the Lifetree Health Network page. And the Lifetree Transformational Business page, as Jerry said, will become a science-heavy page for people that really might get a little ugly if they feel like they're being pitched a business opportunity, but these folks need the product. So it's kind of lowering the threshold for people who may have pushed you back on the business and said no, but they are interested in the product. That's the space that we're creating. And this is all beta stuff, right? If something's not working, we'll get rid of it, or we'll change it, obviously, because we're changing these pages around. I think this is the third transition we've made on that page. So the idea is to give you something that's helpful, something that is useful for you as we build our businesses. And a ton of people are enjoying the option of working from home and online through social sharing. And so we are sharpening the saws to do that. Yeah, babe.
Sorry, guys. So I just wanted to just remind some of you that have been a bit discouraged on not being able to be successful in your business or as successful as you wanted to. And we know people, in our team, that have used this type of process on Facebook to build their entire team. And I know one lady in particular, she's not in our team, but it took her a year to get to Pro 7, and she never did anything except on Facebook. So just be watching these pages, because we're trying to build them so that you guys can be successful and you guys can begin to have a way to do this from your home. If you're a young mom with small kids, it just would have been so nice to have this when I first started out with this with my 4, 6, and 8-year-old at the time, because we did a lot of crazy things to try to get to meetings. And so this is a great way to build your team, a great way.
Yeah, and if you come across some content that you think will be helpful for the rest of the team, please feel free to post it. We will get it approved just as quickly as possible. We are sharing the administrative responsibilities pretty widely across our team leadership. And so hopefully you've got somebody, your sponsor or some upline leader, that can help get those new members added quickly, new content added and updated quickly. If you know about an opportunity webinar in particular that you know and you trust and you'd like to share that information, we'd love to have that as well on Team Lifetree. Gosh, there's so many going on now on a regular basis. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to get an opportunity meeting in front of someone within about 30 seconds. With all the recordings and all the webinars and all the Zoom presentations that are going on, you should find a live event or a recorded event at your fingertips 24/7 now. And that, that wasn't the case 9 years ago. We didn't even, I think we had a 5-minute recorded phone call you could dial into and get some information on the antioxidant myth and the anti-aging breakthrough. So how things have changed here in the last 9 years. And I was just watching a YouTube video caught my eye today as I was getting some resources together. It's been 11 years since Steve Jobs announced the iPhone to the world. Does that strike anybody else as weird? 11 short years ago, the iPhone was introduced and changed everything. So pretty crazy. And we've been doing this for 9. Awesome. All right, just a couple more things. Jerry mentioned the Thursday night opportunity webinar. Please, let's reserve that primarily for guests, for prospects. If you are, because we're going to put it on Big Blue Calendar, which will go LifeVantage wide. So we've only got room for 100 participants. So please, if you're not really using that platform this Thursday night as a recruiting tool, please wait for the replay. We'd love to have you, but we don't want to compromise somebody's ability to see that information that needs it to see that for the first time, right? So we'd love to have you, but if you realize, you look at if you jump on, you don't have a guest coming on, and you see the participant list getting close to 100. I don't anticipate it because it's such a late notice. It's Monday night, and Thursday night it's not even on Big Blue Calendar yet. But just be sensitive to that kind of thing. Most of us pay for the premium Zoom service, and that caps at 100 at that first business level, and it goes up pretty steeply from there. So we're trying to keep the prices down low for our team. And
Mark?
then, yes, sir.
Oh, just about that. The team call on Monday nights is on Julie's Zoom account. My Zoom account hosts a Thursday night one. So they're different numbers. So just everybody knows to watch for the, Thursday is a different number than Monday.
Thank you, brother. So
But
you'll want to.
Jerry, won't that link just be on the Team Lifetree Facebook page or not?
Yes, it will. But those folks that aren't clicking through that link may mistakenly open Zoom and just think that they can hit the number that's already defaulting in that window. So thank you, Jerry, for that heads up.
And Julie may very well be presenting on my number that night, so hers will just be an empty room.
You will find yourself talking to yourself on the Zoom platform. Ireland trip. We've got 3 more months to qualify, actually 4 full months starting January 1st to qualify for Ireland. I know Stephanie Keisman right now in this team is still in the lead. We don't have anybody that's qualified fully yet. We expect that to change and happen, but please let your new folks know about it. And gosh, the more the merrier. The more folks we can get over there. Awesome. And I think Carolyn Rossetti is in second place. Carolyn, showing out. What's up? We got one more little chat. Is that a question? Right. Thank you, David. Get it, girl. Okay. Well, that's all for me. Krista, Julie, Jerry, if you guys have anything else, let me know. Julie, I'm going to kick it back over to you to close. Oh, Sheila has a question. Let me grab this real quick. Should have my guests watch the ABC video before that Thursday evening. Also, will it be health focused? Every opportunity meeting that I do has our product information in there. If there is a specific diagnosis that someone's looking for help with, that's where it gets tricky, right? So I would just ask that anybody who is looking for a health-focused presentation, make sure your guest understands that Protandim is not intended to treat, cure, mitigate, prevent disease. Make sure that they understand our limitation on making those kind of claims. And then, yes, Thursday night, they need to have seen the ABC Primetime video if you're concerned about them watching it, because a 30-minute presentation in no way allows time to be showing videos. I will be using Dr. Phil's 1 minute and 30-second Donny Osmond clip, just because for some people that's the thing. Crazy, right? But that's more effective than Joe McCord, the father of free radical biology, sharing on Protandim 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12, 13 years ago. So that's a long-winded answer, Sheila. Yes, if you want your prospect to see the ABC Primetime video, make sure they've seen it before, or some video. I will reference that video this Thursday night. And if there's a particular health concern that they have, it might be good to be prepared with a follow-up through a phone call or some additional resources, because obviously we won't be able to go in depth in a 30-minute opportunity meeting presentation. So I hope that answers that question for you. One more. All right.
Mark,
Yes.
this is I just wanted to add something, if you don't mind.
No.
So imagine how Steve Jobs would feel if he knew that hospitals are now using their iPhones to do all their communication. Because when I became a grandmother ×2, and in the delivery rooms and everything, they're using their iPhones to communicate to everyone in the staff. I just thought that was amazing.
Yeah, clearly changed the world. The last time somebody introduced technology like this, people stopped putting quarters in payphones. We are at the forefront of a movement that we like to call nutrigenomics that will be a $17 billion a year industry within the next 5 years. Might be a good time to tell your friends, right? Tell them about Thursday night. Please invite widely as you can. And we've got some more private messages coming in. We'll take those offline.
I have one more thing to say.
Yeah, babe.
Hey, Jess, you guys tell your teams about this call, because we have thousands of people and there's 26 of us on right now. And it's not because they don't want to be on, it's because of lack of communication. So we send an email out, but that's obviously not being effective. I know it arrives sometimes late because it takes like 48 hours or something to even get in people's email boxes. And if they're not on Facebook, then they don't know about this call either. So just be responsible and tell your team that we have a call. It'll be super helpful for people to be able to connect and hear about some of the things that have been made available to them. They are recorded and they are available. And so we do have quite a few who call back, Mark, what are you doing? But anyway, sorry, Mark just got my attention.
That's right, baby. You never close your eyes anymore when you kiss
Oh, my word.
your lips. Had to
That
do
was
that.
all.
With that, carry on. Have a good evening. Love you guys. Julie, back to you. Close us out.
Hey, thanks, Mark, for all that great info. You look amazing. Hey, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to see you all in Charleston in just a couple of weeks. And I'm super excited about this Facebook group that is being set up and our website. We're really getting it together here. So let's all just get to work and just utilize these things. So anyway, love you guys. Look forward to seeing you. Thanks for joining us. And like Krista said, let's get more people on here. Blessings.
I feel the need for speed. Woo! Love y'all.
Thanks for putting this on, guys.